I don't know about you, but I've suffered from back pain on and off for many years. So I've come here to talk to Christian at the Pro Back Clinic to find out what chiropractic's all about. Hello Christian, can you tell me a little bit about the spine and spinal health and what we can do to maintain our backs?
Absolutely. Our nervous system is actually the most important system of our body. It controls absolutely every single function. It controls your sleep, it controls your level of energy, it controls your digestion, your emotions and so on. So it actually controls everything. And if your spine is well aligned, then your nervous system is likely to be functioning properly and you're likely to be healthy. If your spine becomes misaligned, we can actually see it here. It goes like that following an accident or bad posture, then that's when those nerves get pressured, and that's when your level of energy is likely to go down and your level of well-being is going to go down. So, and that's what we actually do as chiropractors. We realign those vertebrae, and then we actually allow that potential to actually go through the body so that you got plenty of healing energy, and then you start to actually have good well-being.
Can you tell me something that's long mystified me? What's the difference between an osteopath and a chiropractor?
That's a very good question. Obviously I'm a chiropractor myself, so I'll tell you what we actually do, and obviously osteopaths is, there's a few differences, but chiropractors will actually concentrate on the nervous system. That's pretty much what we actually do, and also on the spine. We diagnose, so we have the title of doctors, and it's a 5 years university, and we also take x-rays. We read our x-rays so we can actually diagnose any kind of conditions. Osteopaths will actually work more with the lymphatic system or the muscular system. We're also a lot more wellness oriented, which means that we actually help the spine stay well instead of just treating people whilst they have crisis. So that's why the term wellness or well-being is applied very often to chiropractors.
So Christian, how do you use this machine?
This machine is actually a sensor. We actually use it to actually go on the spine, and it actually measures movement. We also use that same machine to actually do the adjustments. So for example, if I actually pressed on my hand here like that, I'll actually get a reading of what kind of movement or what kind of pressure there is in my hand. When I actually want to adjust the spine, I'll actually go one vertebra at a time, and then I'll use the same machine here to actually do the adjustment. So people know chiropractors as doing manipulations, but with this kind of machine, for example, I'll actually go on the spine like that, and I'll actually create a percussion. Now, it sounds a little bit like an electrical shock, but it's not. So there's a hammer in here, just pushing on an anvil, and actually produces a force that actually goes into the patient's spine. Now, the really interesting thing, or like the really good solution about that, is that when the movement is okay, it actually stops on its own. So it feeds back to a computer that we have here, and it actually stops automatically. So you can't under-adjust or over-adjust, because with hands, obviously there's always the human factor. So if you go too hard or not hard, or you could go exactly the right strength. But if you go too hard, obviously you can actually hurt somebody.